Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, TutorAyodele. So in today's video, we'll be looking at measurements. So there are several instruments we use to measure in physics. One, for example, we use to measure length. This is micrometer string gauge. We have a metal rule and we have a vernier caliper. But in this video, we'll be focusing on micrometer string gauge. Okay, micrometer string gauge, these are the uses and these are the two scales. One, it has two scales. We have the main scale, which is this part, and the timber, which is this part, the timber scale. Another name for the main scale is the sleeve scale. So the main scale, which is this, and the timber, which is this scale. Okay, these are the uses. It is used to measure diameter of a round object. If you have a round object, it is used to measure the diameter. Sometimes you may find it difficult to measure the diameter of a round object. So we make use of micrometer string gauge. It's better to use. So the second use is that it measures the thickness of a thin object. It measures the thickness of a thin object, e.g., rod, wire. We used to measure the thin. It is used to measure the thickness of a thin object. Okay. Now, how does it look like? For those of you who have not seen it, although this is not, I will use this thing to demonstrate a micrometer string gauge for you. Now, the timber can rotate while this one does not rotate. It's just like this marker. I hope you can see this marker. This part can rotate. I can refer to this part as the timber. Why this is the main scale. The main scale does not rotate. Okay. So I found that many students find it difficult. This to answer. To make use of my micrometer string gauge. So I will break it down for you in this video. All right. Okay, let's look at these questions. These two questions, they are White Jump NECO questions. They are from White Jump NECO question. This is White June question, 1996, question number 1. Okay, the question says, and at the end of this video, before I read it, at the end of this video, I will show you maybe 1 or 2 questions for you to attempt and drop it on the comments below your answer. Okay, so let's look at this. The question says the diagram represents a portion of a micrometer string gauge in which the horizontal scale is in millimeter, which is this. Okay, what is the reading of this instrument? What is the reading of this micrometer string gauge? Now we want to look at the reading. Now, if you should look at this main scale, from here it begins with 0. So from here, the next one will be what? Well, I'm talking about looking at the one up here is, let me just say 1 difference. That is, from here to here is 1, from here to here is 2, from here to here is what? 3. Why the one below? You see that it's in between 0 and 1, so it will be 0.5. Why this one between 1 and 2, which is this? It will be what? 1 point what? From here to here will be what? 1.5. Okay. So let's look at it. Now, for the main scale, you are not going to divide the main scale. You will not divide the main scale, but you divide it, this other scale, which is the timber scale. You will divide it. You will not divide this one. So let's look at it. For the main scale, what is the reading of the main scale? You say from this is 0, from here to here will be what? 1, here will be what? 2, while here will be what? 3. That is 3 plus, okay? Now let's look at the timber scale. These other scales. You can see that here is 20 and here is 25. If you are moving from here to here, that is, here will be 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now you will look at the line in these timber scales that coincide with these scales. And if you check the line, which line that these are the timber scales and these are the main scales like this. So these are the line. This is the line that divided both. Now, the line of this timber scale are this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why for this main scales this is the line. So you look at the line. You look at where these timber scales and this main scales coincide together. That is, it is at this point. It is at this point. It is at this point. So what is the reading of this scale? This side. Now, since here is 20, here will be what? 21, here will be what? 22. And I told you here, you will divide it by 100. You divide this scale, this other scale by what? By 100. So if you should divide it by 100, that will be what? 22 divided by 100. And 22 divided by 100, that will give you what? 0. What? 0.22. And if you should add 0.22 to 3, that will give you what? 3.22. So the correct answer there, mind you, it is in a millimeter. A millimeter. So the correct answer there is option E. It's option E. That is the correct answer. So let's look at the other question. Let's look at the other question. Now, if you look at the other question, as I've said that you will not divide this part, but you divide this part. Okay, now let's look at the reading. Here it begins with 0. Here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but if you look at it, I told you, when here is 0, here will be what? 0.5. When here is 1, here will be what? 1.5. 2, because I told you that this is from here to here is 1, 2. So this will be 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. So the main scale is what? The main scale there is 5.5. Okay, plus what is the timber scales? Now, where does this scale coincide with this scale? It is at this point. It is at this point. If you should look at it very well, not at this point, not at this point. It is at this point. Now, and it has already been indicated here that it is 15. So you will divide this part by what? As I've said, we divide it by 100. So if you should divide 15 by 100, that will 15 over 100, that will give you a 0.15. So if you add a 0.15 to this, if you add a 0.15 to 5.5, 0.15 to this. Now, if you add them together, this will give you 5.65 millimeter. So the correct answer here is option A. Option A. Option A. Okay, as I've said, I will be posting 1 or 2 questions after this video. Check it, answer it, drop it on the comment. Please kindly like, subscribe, and share to your loved ones. Thank you.